welcome to TWF Power or Might. I am Gorilla Monsoon, here with Jonathan Coachman and with Paul E. Dangerously. And today on Power or Might, we're going to see, we got Sami Zayn here, Gorilla Monsoon says, and I wonder what's going on with him. Well, to be honest, I don't know what's going on with Sami Zayn, Jonathan Coachman says, but we'll seek out. Oh yeah, Paulie Dangerously says, at the end of the day, no one really knows what's going on with Sami Zayn. Even Sami Zayn doesn't know what's going on. He was a betrayer to the Bloodway. You know, he thought he was going to become the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Well, sadly, that didn't happen. You know, he thought all that was going to happen, but sadly, none of that happened. Or that didn't happen. Paulie Dangerously says he was nothing more than a stunner lark. He wasn't going to keep any of the oaths he made. Paulie Dangerously says, "Would you stop?" Gorilla Monsoon says, putting down Sami Zayn. Shaming him and guilting him. I think he had enough of Roman Reigns and his bullshit, and that's why he did it, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, that'll be true about that, Jonathan Coachman says. We're going to have to listen up. Sami Zayn's got something to say. Oh, yeah. Probably going to say how he let everyone in the Setterland down, everyone in the 4-1 Reichs down, everyone in the whole world down, Paulie Dangerously says. First off, Sami Zayn said, I know that sometimes I haven't always been the right man. Alright? I have done some things I'm not really happy with. When I came to WWE, I think this would have been around 23rd between YL. Either when I came to the TWF, things didn't quite go the way I wanted them to go. Oh yes, I did win the WWE NXT heavyweight winnings. Yes, I became a three-time WWE 4-1 WWE Interland fighter. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. But when I was in the Bloodway, that was one thing I was ashamed of. And I'm happy to say that that is done and over with in the TWF. As far as WWE goes, that thing is still ongoing, and I'm going to bring it down. But I also want to say that I am truly sorry to two friends out there, Kevin Owens and Velasquez. Two friends that I wronged, and I think both of them should come out right now. So, Velasquez says, let's hear you out, Sami Zayn. I mean, at least that's the least thing I can do is hear you out. Yeah, Kevin Owens said. Alright. You know the Bloodway's still a thing, right? In the TWF it is. Even though Roman Reigns lost the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings about a year ago. Alright? But it's still a thing. We still got to deal with them. Because sooner or later, they're going to show up again. Sooner or later, Roman Reigns and Paulie Dangerously and James Uso and Jason Uso, the brothers, whatever they want to call themselves. And we all know sooner or later other folks are going to do it. And I just want to say, yeah, I wronged you both. Yeah, I said and did some things that I don't think is right. But at the end of the day, I just want to say we've been through a lot of shit, Kevin Owens. We've been through a lot of shit too, Velasquez. And I want to say, hey, look, I'm sorry for it all. Hey, look, I'm sorry for it too. You're forgiven. I'm forgiven too. Now, Velasquez, Kevin Owens, I don't know if you heard of this, Sami Zayn says, but I did hear that since Drew McIntyre and Sheamus O'Shaughnessy no longer want to be the TWF Tag Team Fighters anymore, boom, They go to you. Well, how did you do that? Kevin Owens said. How'd you do that? Yeah, Velasquez says. Well, yeah, 'cause I talked to Astronema, and she just wants to give them back to you two because Drew McIntyre and Sheamus O'Shaughnessy don't want to be the tag team fighters anymore. So, hey, you have them. Well, what'd you hear of that? Gorilla Monsoon says Kevin Velasquez and Kevin Owens are once again two-time TWF tag team fighters here, and then TWF Gorilla Monsoon says. That's good to know, Jonathan Coachman says. It's not good, Paulie Dangerously says. If there were any team out there that should win those winnings again, it should be Jason and James Uso. But that's a Samoa's Hawaii's borrowed word. The English word would be brothers, and it should be them, Paulie Dangerously says. Yeah, that's right, Gorilla Monsoon said. It should be all the men and women that you're the overseer of. That you're the first wicker of. Get over yourself. Be earnest. Would you stop? You know, yeah, it should be all the men and women you're an overseer of, or a first wicker of. You know, yeah, it should be your men. Get over it, Gorilla Monsoon says. Yeah, Jonathan Coachman says, I truly think at the end of the day, Astronema made the right call. That's what I believe. And now, guess who's coming to ring? We haven't seen her since last year. It's Xena. It's the owner, Xena. Gorilla Monsoon said it's the half leadership fellow at Cusco Wealth team and the half owner of TWF, Xena. We haven't seen her since the 6th month or 7th month of last year. I know, Xena said, I haven't been on the show since last year. And Wrestle Madness is coming up. And I do know that our show isn't going to do very well. Hell, the TWF hasn't had good watch time since they've been on YouTube. And we've been on YouTube since 2012 YL. So anyway, I'm going to make a match here today. Now, the truth is, Xena said, I'm here because I think I know one match I truly want to go out with. I think I truly know that if I want to have one more match in the TWF, and everybody's been asking me about it, yeah, I keep on having the leadership under force setter of the TWF, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, say, Xena, I think it would be cool if you would have one more match. And I keep telling him, I'm too busy, I can't have that match, I keep saying. But then I got to thinking, you know, then I got to thinking, and I'm like, why not? Why not have one more match? You know? So today, I think that I'm going to have my match with, alright, Xena, I know you and Hunter Hearst Helmsley are busy, but I think I want to go over Astronema's head. I think I'm going to go over Gil Kim's head, Godzilla's head. Hell, will go over Brother Love's head. Hell will even go over, we'll go over Hercules' head. I don't care. I'll go Hunter Helmsley's head. I go to you. So, Xena, Astronema has been bullying me. She's been having an out for me this year. She made me wrestle Ecliptor, Andros, Godjora, Algar, and she had me have a match with Stephanie McMahon. So what are you going to do about it? What am I going to do about it, Xena says? Yeah, you should have taken that up with Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He's the leadership under force setter to TWF. But you're the half leadership fellow of Cusco Wealth team, and you're the half owner to TWF. So I take it up with you. Well, you know what, Xena says, since you always like to bitch about how and rant about how no one gives you on look for being a show player, for being a wrestler, for being a husband, for being a father. You know. Well, Xena said, if you want to get on look, Miz, you gotta give. You gotta give on look. So here today, you get to wrestle me. Oh! Well, Gorilla Monsoon said, it seems that Xena just hit the Miz with her flying ring. Ding, ding, ding. Well, how is that? How is that not unlawful? Paulie dangerously says, Xena hitting him with her flying ring. Paulie dangerously says, you know why? Because she's the owner. She's the half owner. She can do what she wants to do, Jonathan Coachman says. You should know that by now. You know. Yeah. And I guess Xena Hunter S. Helmsley think it's a stunt and lark. I think they probably like what astronomer Carone's been doing to the Miz, Paulie dangerously says. Well, I can tell you what, Gorilla Monsoon said, if the Miz wants on look, he has to give on look. And he ain't going to get no on look here today for getting in the leer of the half-leadership fellow Akuska Wealth team and the half-owner TWF Xena. She's hit him with a flying ring and knocked him down again. You know. And it looks like the Miz is going to lose here today on Power of Might. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. The half owner of the TWF, Xena. Well, Xena has beat the Miz here today on Power of Might, and we don't know what she was going to say. Was she going to make a match for WrestlePalooza, which was an old ECW Yield show? Should be called Wrestle Madness, Gorilla Monsoon said. We don't know. We do know is that Belasca and Kevin Owens are now two-time TWF tag team fighters, and Belasca and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are all back to being friends again, Gorilla Monsoon says. Yes, they are. Yes, they're all back to being friends again, Jonathan Coachman said. I don't think anyone thought that they would be friends again after after everything that happened to them. After everything that happened to them, with the bloodway and all that other stuff, Jonathan Coachman says. I tell you what, Paulie dangerously says. I can tell you what, the Miz isn't happy. The Miz isn't happy at all. And he has every right to be angry over what Xena did to him. Alright, Paulie dangerously says, alright, Gorilla Monsoon said to Joey Styles, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with the Miz here today. First off, Miz says, so it seems that he's in the leadership isn't going to do anything to handicap the astronomer for what she's done to me. It seems that Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Xena thought it was nothing more than a stunt and lark. She puts me in the ring. She tells me, hey, you want to get on look? You got to give on look. But she didn't give me any on look when she hit me with the flying ring and had her match that she hadn't been seen at TWF for almost a whole year and a half. Well, Miz, I don't know. I don't know how this bind got started. I don't know how you're going to get out of it. But I do think that if you started something with Astronomer, you might have to be the one to end it. Oh, and I thought that Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Xena would have ended it, Joey Styles. But I guess the half-owner of the TWF and the half-leadership fellow Kuska Wealth team, Xena, and the leadership under foresight of Hunter Hearst Helmsley think it's a stunt and lark. Well, when I do a law work against the TWF, against Kuska Wealth team, against Toy Wrestling Gathering, then maybe they'll stop laughing then. They'll take it earnest. Well, Miz, who is your lawyer, by the way? Would you say Clarence Mason would be your lawyer? Yeah, that's right. My lawyer's Clarence Mason. And I'm going to law strike the toy wrestling gathering and Cusco Wealth team over how they hadn't done anything to stop the astronomer bind. And now, thanks to Xena and Hunter, it's how this made it worse. Well, The Miz is threatening lawful strike against Cusco Wealth team and the toy wrestling gathering. Back to you, Gorilla Monsoon and Jonathan Coachman. Well, it seems that The Miz is now being more of a weakling than we thought he would be, Gorilla Monsoon says. Now, since he can't win the fight in the ring, and he doesn't want to admit that he's wrong, he now wants his lawyer to fight for him, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, I can tell you one thing, Jonathan Coachman said. If The Miz wants to law strike Cusco Wealth team in a toy wrestling gathering, I don't know if he's going to win it. Paulie dangerously says, my father was a lawyer. He could help The Miz out if he wanted to. He helped me out many times when I was a former owner of ECW. Yeah, we know, Paulie dangerously said. We know, Gorilla Monsoon said. He told you that you wouldn't have to get a lawful deal with anyone for the songs as long as you were a small wrestling business. We know how long that lasted. Well, anyway, that's all the time we got here. For Power and Might, I am Gorilla Monsoon. For Jonathan Coachman and Paulie Dangerously, we hope you like Power and Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for a Monday Night Raw or a Lone Day Night Raw.